Hello, my name is Emike Oyemade, and so today we are going to be continuing our premarital counseling discussion. And today we're just going to look at some signs that can help you to tell if a partner is going to be abusive. Now, by abusive, I mean whether the partner is going to be physically abusive or whether the partner is going to be emotionally abusive. About 3 years ago, a young man came to us for counseling, and he was really in love with this lady. And during the process of counseling, I found out that the lady had anger issues. Now, when she gets angry, she could throw things, she could really get aggressive. And my suggestion then was that she needed to go get counseling for to manage her anger and manage her emotions when she's angry. But it didn't seem like a big issue at that time. So when they got married, it became a really, really big issue. Today, 3 years down the line, that same issue is threatening the stability and joy of the marriage. Now, there are certain things you must never, never take for granted, no matter how much you feel in love you are with your partner, because in future they will become bigger threat to the happiness of your marriage. So, number one sign that you would know when a partner is potentially abusive is that that partner is going to be controlling. Some people believe that the character of controlling is only applied to a man. A woman can also be controlling. Now, at the start of a relationship, you may see it as something that is cute, that is romantic, is telling me to do what I want, I like it, is watching out for me. But as the relationship continues, you will find out that controlling is not a good attitude in your relationship. Someone who wants you to do things the way they want them to do, regardless of your opinion, regardless of what you feel. Now, eventually in future, when they tell you to do something and you don't do it, now that becomes a big problem. Number two, someone who doesn't respect you. I don't know how people get married conscious that their partner don't respect them and they still want to go into a marital relationship with that person. It's not normal at all. If someone disrespects you when you get married, it's not only going to disrespect you, it's going to hit you that when you try to demand for respect. So, for instance, a partner who tells you something to deliberately hurt you and get back at you is a partner who does not respect you, who does not value you. Number three, it's a partner who is jealous. Now, jealousy is a character that some people think is necessary for a beautiful relationship. Now, I'm not talking about the jealousy of loving the person's company or don't want to share the person with another person. I'm talking about the kind of jealousy that makes your partner checks your phone, checks your email, checks your bank account, checks the friends you're hanging out with, checks who you have been talking with during the day, and ask you if you are flirting, and unnecessarily just become suspicious of you. Now, that kind of jealousy is not healthy for your relationship. And if you get married like that, it's going to breed bigger issues in your relationship. Now, some people will say in a relationship you need some space. That space most people talk about refer to the ability of your partner to trust you. Trust is an important ingredient in a marital relationship. In fact, if your partner cannot trust you, they can sincerely love you. But when your partner can trust you, it becomes easy to love you. Now, if your partner continues getting suspicious that you may be flirting with someone, you may be hanging out with someone apart from them, then they become excessively jealous, they become obsessed, they become possessive. It is a sign that that person is going to be abusive, and not just emotionally abusive but physically abusive. Now, number five, another point that would make you know that a partner is potentially abusive is if the person has an history of anger. Now, I started by telling you of a couple I had the privilege of counseling. All the lady had was just anger management issue. When she gets angry, she throws things. She can break plates, break cups, and just being aggressive. Now, when you have a partner who has that attitude, it is not enough to call off that relationship because of that challenge. However, the partner can go for counseling, go for some therapy to deliberately check that aspect of their life and not just throw it away. Except if you have a partner who thinks that there's nothing wrong in expressing anger in that way, then you have a potentially abusive partner. Because eventually, when you get married and they are angry at something you have done, they are going to hit you. Now, number 6, the partner who have close friends who don't see anything wrong in fornicating, in double dating, in adultery. Now, if your partner is a queen or a king, I mean, very nice, they are very godly, they fear God, but they have friends who don't see anything wrong in once in a while you can fornicate, once in a while you can sleep with someone else, you can be unfaithful, you can drink and get drunk, it's okay. The truth is, with time, your partner may also agree that there is nothing wrong with that, and that is also a threat to your relationship, especially if your partner also have friends who beats their partner, who are aggressive to their partner, who are abusive to their own partner. Now, it's going to be like, if my partner can do it and their relationship still remains, so what's wrong with me doing it? In fact, you should be concerned if you have a partner who don't see anything wrong with abusive relationship. During counseling, I have heard people say things like, well, once in a while you get offended and then you slap your partner, then you apologize. Now, you cannot deliberately slap your partner and think that it is okay. If in your relationship, now that you are cutting, your partner sometimes slaps you when he's angry, let me tell you what's going to happen when you get married. You are going to have a wrestling ring in your home, or you're going to become the punching bag. It is not enough to marry a fine face. It's not enough to marry a fine structure. It's not enough to marry someone with a good bank account or a very nice job. It goes beyond that, because there are many people who are pretty, who are handsome, who have a nice job and nice bank account, and they're still not enjoying their marriage. So you want to look beyond all of these things that I have just mentioned to whether this partner is abusive. Now, number 8, you need to be careful of someone who has a criminal behavior. Now, by criminal behavior, I mean not only a partner who steals, I mean a partner who also doesn't see anything wrong in stealing, a partner who cheats and would give seemingly legit reason to cheat. Those kind of partners will end up cheating you, stealing from you. They will defend it, and when you try to oppose it or try to make them see that what they've done is wrong, they are going to force you to want to make you believe that they are right. Now, I don't even know how someone wants to settle with a partner who cheats, who steals. Well, except maybe because you steal, you also cheat, and so you don't see anything wrong with that. Now, number 9 is another thing that will show in your relationship that you should not take for lightly is a partner who thinks that sex is an important ingredient in a premarital relationship. Now, I often ask this question. If your partner thinks that, well, this courtship we can do without sex, what if you were living out of town? What if you had gone on a 6 month training in some other countries, or you are not in the same location with your partner for 1 year? Now, or maybe if you, as a reason of some health challenge, you are not able to have sexual intimacy, does that mean that your partner will not be able to wait for you? It's just common sense, apart from the fact that the Bible says that this is something that we should not do until we are married. That's just pure common sense. A partner that cannot wait on you and wait for the right time to have sex, it is a sign that a partner may cheat when they are married. Sex outside of marriage is a sin. Now, I'm not the one who said that. That's the scripture. So if your partner is putting pressure on you to have sex, and as a result threatening you that if you don't want to have sex, they're not going to stay in that marriage, that relationship, it therefore means that they are not good enough for marriage. Now, sex should not be a thing that your partner should use to threaten you. It should be something that you make your deliberate, conscious decision to have and to enjoy. Now, if the partner tells you, well, how do we now determine our sexual compatibility? Now, that's a discussion for another day, because sexual compatibility in marriage is an adventure. It's not something you test, you try it one or two times and determine that that's how sex is going to be in marriage. So if for your partner sex is an important ingredient in your courtship, you want to check it out if this person is going to be faithful to you at all. Now, the last one I'm going to talk about, number 10, is if you are engaged to a partner who is very disrespectful to his or her parent. Now, I will often say this: a woman or a girl who does not respect her dad or her father, how is that kind of woman going to respect her husband? Regardless of what your dad may have done to you, your dad deserves some respect that is going to reflect in your marital home. The same thing with a guy. A guy who treats a lady like a queen right now, yet disrespect his mom, when he gets married, it's just a matter of time. All these things will come to the open. When he gets married, he is not going to treat his mom in a different way. It will just be the exact way. Now, as a counselor, I often wish those that I counsel, intending couple, I often wish them a blissful marital relationship. But it starts from you being vigilant and you being knowing that it is more than just how I feel, how he looks, how she talks, and all of that. I will be looking forward to hearing from you how you're doing in your relationship. Most of all, if you need to talk or if you need counseling, I will be waiting to hear from you. Bye and God bless.